You've been putting in all the efforts, you are now at the point where you feel exhausted, you feel overwhelmed because all of the efforts you have been putting in, you are not just seeing results. You have been posting, you have been making your videos, you've been optimizing them, you've been using all the necessary hashtags, but still you just don't experience growth in your channel. Well, here's the few mistakes that you might be making that you are probably ignorant of. Okay, so I'm going to be addressing all of that in this video. Number one mistake that most small channels do is ignoring their audience. Okay, so what does it mean to ignore your audience? The first thing, do you know the first thing about content creation is about providing satisfaction to your audience. It's about audience satisfaction. Okay, so you need to actually research what is your audience need, what are the kind of videos or content that your audience, your defined audience or your niche, what kind of videos do they love to watch? Most small creators create content based on what they just feel like putting out there. They create content based on their own personal interest because you feel that, oh, this idea, it looks very beautiful in your head, and you feel like, oh, why don't I make a video about this and just put it out? And then you put it out and you're not getting any views, and you start to feel hurt or heartbroken. That's because you put yourself first instead of your audience. Okay, so number one mistake that most small channels make is ignoring their audience, like not trying to find out or do a research on what the audience really needs. The audience need research is very, very pertinent when it comes to creating your content, building your channel growth. Okay, so if you are a small channel watching this right now and you have never really put your audience into consideration when creating your content, you just feel like this is what I want to do, you know, this is a good idea, it seems perfect in your head, and you just put it out there, then you need to go back to your drawing board, okay, and re-strategize. Also, a lot of small channels, I kind of noticed that a lot of small channels ignore, or I don't know if to say they ignore, or they just don't know how to engage with the little audience that they already have. They just don't know how they don't know how to engage in conversation or, you know, communication basically. Okay, I've been to some small channels like myself, and you know, I just drop comments in the comment section. Like, it's actually a comment that I expect, you know, a warm reply, you know, I expect kind of an engaging reply, let me just put it that way. And the kind of reply I get is just, you know, it's kind of, it's standoffish. Yeah, you know, you can imagine taking your time to watch somebody's video, right? And even make comments that are, you know, related to maybe towards the end part of the video, just to let this person know that I actually watch your videos to this point. Okay, and then you drop a comment, you know, related to that part of the video, and you know, it's a very you make it a very lively comment that should get a very lively response, and what you're getting in return is maybe a thumbs up or a heart on your comment, or a thumbs up on your comment, or if the person replies, just be like, thank you, or I don't know. I have gotten all of those standoffish replies from small channels. So small channels, I'm like, this person is not even serious self, like, you know, you're not even ready to grow. So some people do not know how to actually engage in conversations, and this is one of the things that kills the growth of your channel. The more people you have, you engage in your community, in your comment section, the more people you have subscribing to your channel, the more chances you have of the algorithm actually pushing your channel out there or your videos out there. So we need to learn how to be very engaging, you know, and very responsive in our comment section. Small channels, please take note of this. This is for you. Okay, all right, so the next mistake I'm going to talk about is inconsistent content. You see this particular mistake, even me, I am guilty of it. Most small channels are guilty of this one. Now let me tell you what inconsistent content means. It's not just about you posting, no, it has to do with a lot: your branding, your schedule, your posting schedule, and then the content itself. Okay, I'm actually guilty of this, and you know, I have actually, you know, tried to curb all of that and be disciplined about the way I post my content now. So first of all, being, not being sure of what niche you intend to build for your channel is one. I know that it can be very difficult actually. As much as I come here and I preach about niche and about, I know how I struggled with it. I really struggled with it mentally, like you guys won't understand. Even after choosing my niche, many times when I go to sleep at night in my bed, I think about it like, am I doing the right thing? Do you get? Sometimes I'm confused. I want to jump into so many other, kind of type of niche, and even took me a while to understand that I'm actually confusing the YouTube algorithm. I didn't even know that. Okay, so I was initially, when I started my channel, I was posting tutorial content on how to grow your YouTube, tutorial videos on how to grow your YouTube channel, how to define your niche, how to create your content and all of that. But at the same time, I was making a lot of vlogs, social vlogs, and even more recently I was doing personal vlogs and all of that. But it just took me not so long ago actually, just last month, to realize that I may actually be confusing the YouTube algorithm by doing this. So the most important thing you need to know is that you must niche down. If you must make it on this YouTube, it can't be overemphasized. I have a video about this, talking about how to define your niche, okay, on the YouTube platform. So take your time. I'm going to leave the link in the description box. Go and watch that video. It has two parts, part 1 and part 2. So in as much as personally I talked about niching down, at some point I was still confused. Okay, so it can be very confusing, so you need to have that discipline. Okay, when you might be tempted to make vlogs, or especially if you are someone who likes to hang out, you are somebody who's very creative and everything. Sometimes you might just run into a video and you feel like, I need to recreate this. Guys, please, if you know you have variety of content ideas, you should just have different channels. Okay, I think it's very necessary to build your subscribers around a certain niche. Okay, build, like, if you build a lump sum number of subscribers and loyal subscribers, then you can actually start to do your vlog even on the same channel. If they are committed to you and loyal, then they will still watch your vlog. But where you haven't gotten to that point, it's very necessary for you to niche down first. Just gather the audience that want to watch a particular type of content. Okay, then when you build a fan base, like a large fan base, you can start to change your niche or start adding different varieties of videos into it. But at that initial stage, as a small channel, please don't just especially in your first, maybe in your first few days or first few weeks, you can just be throwing out different types of content to know which one suits your audience. It's like an audience test, right, or audience measurement test. But you don't have to wait for that big massive viral views. So at that initial stage, maybe your first few weeks on YouTube, you are testing out your audience. Okay, you put out vlog, you put out tutorial video, you put out cooking videos, just maybe 3 every week, and see what the views look like. Okay, so from there, it mustn't be that massive views. Even from that below hundreds range, you'll be able to tell which of those videos was able to get you the most views, and that can help you define a niche. So but do not let it extend into months, where several months you are still posting different types of videos. YouTube algorithm just kiss you goodbye, honestly.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care.
So that's number one mistake, being confused about the type of content, inconsistency about the type of content that you post. Now, another mistake about inconsistent content is posting schedule. In fact, I only just started to do that. I used to hear that initially, but I never really took it serious. Okay, so you need to come up with a schedule, like a time when you post your videos. Okay, whatever time that suits you. But when you do that, there's a part of the YouTube studio analytics that shows you at what time your audience really come out to watch your videos, right? So meaning that if the analytics is consistent for a very long time, then it means that you need to switch your schedule time to that particular time that suits your audience. But in the meantime, when you don't even know what time works best for you, just choose a time that can work with the YouTube algorithm, at least, okay, to be posting your content. choose a day and a time. If you want to be posting weekly, a day in the week, and must be on the same time. If you want to be posting daily, you choose a time slot that your content must go out every day. It is very necessary. I'm telling you from experience that it works. I know all these things I'm saying. Initially, I never used to implement them in my old videos, but since from my recent videos, I have been implementing all of this and it's been working. Okay, now the third thing about inconsistent content is your branding style. A lot of people don't take this branding thing, they take it for granted, they don't take it seriously, but guys, it works. I don't know if you watched the video I talked about the small channels that grew up in a span of 2-3 weeks, grew up their subscriber base, and some of them were able to monetize in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 90 days, 30 days time. That is huge for a small channel. I mean, I literally watch these channels grow from like little minimal subscribers, okay, and they're able to. Some of us small channels, we are still on it to 2 years, 3 years, we are still where we are. Meanwhile, these people have made it in a span of 3 months. So one of the things I noticed about those channels is their branding style. Like they had a theme color, that they maintained. This thing is very I don't know, I think I've mentioned in some of my videos. Okay, so inconsistent branding, you, especially if you are maybe into the tutorial niche, right, and each of your thumbnail comes out with a different theme color for each topic. I mean, do you know that your thumbnail having a particular theme has a way of, I don't know, it has a way of luring both your recent subscribers and also attracting new subscribers. Like, okay, once they just see that theme, like, oh, okay, she has something new, she has all this about, and then they read. So, but if you have inconsistent theme colors, sometimes your subscriber might miss your content on their feeds, because at that point in time they need to, because once it's not your team color, they might need to like really take note of the name of the channel to know that it's your channel content that has popped up on their feeds, or to, I don't know. But if it's a team color, then it's a color that they can easily identify, like, okay, this must be this person. They don't even need to check for your channel name. They already know that it's your handbook, and then they click, okay, what does she have to say, or what does he have to say this time around. Okay, so guys, take notes, please. Inconsistent content is one of the mistakes that small channels make. All right, okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 mistake that small channels make: neglecting optimization, SEO optimization. If you know how, as in all of these things are things that I have learned lately, and I'm really patient. I'm looking forward to the results. I know that if I had implemented this a long time ago when I started my channel, by now I would have experienced massive growth. But all of these things are things that I ignored. I ignored all of them in the past, but right now I've started to implement them. You see that optimization, video optimization, using the necessary keywords in your niche, using the necessary hashtags. Guys, initially I used to think the hashtags don't really, because some of my videos I put hashtags. I mean, in the past, I'm referring to the past, I use hashtags, but not so much hashtags. But I felt like, these hashtags are not even really working, because I wasn't really getting the views that I wanted. Okay, but what I didn't know is that I needed to add more hashtags, and I needed to be specific in my hashtags. I needed to use hashtags that are very specific to my niche, and I needed to use hashtags in my description, and let's use hashtag in my upload page in the studio, YouTube studio. Also, keywords. In fact, keywords was something I never really used to do. Keywords it helps you come out in the search bar or search page when people come out to search for relatable content, right? Because they'll type a lot of words, a whole sentence to search for whatever it is. Your keywords can actually pop in amongst those words in their sentence, right? So keywords is very, very key. I never used to add keywords before. Now I have started to add keywords, like quite a lot of keywords in my description box. Then I try to use keywords as tags in my upload. Then I make sure that I add hashtags also in my description box, and also add them in my upload. So it has been working, even though it's still a process, right? But at least I can tell that I can see the difference from now and before. Okay, so there's a before and there's after, and there's an after, and the difference is quite clear. So everything that I've been implementing, is obvious that they've been working. So a lot of small channels ignore this. You won't put the right hashtag, you won't put enough hashtags, you just won't put keywords in your, you don't put keywords in your videos, in your description box, and that really, that really sucks. Okay, so let's try to implement the use of search engine optimization. Okay, let's optimize our videos with keywords, with hashtags, and all of that. Okay, so the next mistake I'm going to talk about is overlooking promotions, relying solely on organic growth. And if you watch one of my video, I talked about me promoting my channel, like engaging in professional promotion for my channel. Okay, it's actually it's something that, I don't know, it's an advisable thing to do. Okay, if you can afford to do it, yes, why not? Promote your channel. It will help your channel to grow, right? Cross promotion on other platforms. If you don't want to like engage a professional, you can do the cross promotion yourself. Promote your channel, your content on other social media platforms, especially those of you that may have gained quite a subscriber base in other social media like your Instagram, your TikTok, Twitter. You can promote your videos, your YouTube channel on those platforms. Okay, so cross promotion is good, professional promotion is good to help your channel grow. Don't rely solely on organic growth. It doesn't, organic growth works for some people. Some people are lucky, but others may not be that lucky. Okay, so when you find yourself being on the YouTube space for several months, you've been creating for several months into years, and you are not experiencing the turn up that you expect or that it should take, then you need to, you know what they say about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's one thing that you now need to like put into consideration, that it doesn't work that way. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So if you've been doing the same thing and still hoping on organic growth and it's not working for you, then you need to switch it up, baby. Okay, do the promotions. Okay, another way of promoting your channel is actually to engage with other creators for collaborations, okay, and guest appearance. Okay, especially creators that may have built quite a subscriber base. If you are lucky to have one as a friend or as a family member, or you can collaborate with them and have them appear as guests on your channel. That will really help increase your subscriber base, trust me. Okay, all right, so those are the 4 points, and to conclude this video, I'm going to advise you guys to please try to avoid these 4 mistakes. Stop ignoring your audience, post consistently. Okay, make sure your content is not just about posting consistently, consistent content. Okay, what I mean by that, like I mentioned, branding, okay, posting schedule and posting itself. Try to be consistent in all of that. Okay, now don't forget to optimize your video. Use video optimization, search engine optimization. Okay, then lastly, you can engage in promotions for your channel, for your videos. Okay, so guys, try to implement all of these, and trust me, you're going to experience tremendous growth on your channel. All right guys, thank you guys for watching this video. If this video was valuable to you, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Okay, all right, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.